morning to my dear students and welcome to our psychology class. So today because of some reasons, I'm not able to do the Zoom class or Zoom session. So today I'm giving you the video which consists of the new topic, that is themes of research and application. So the main agenda of doing this or learning this particular topic is to know why research and applications are done in psychology, right? What are the reasons and why themes are being given to know about research and application, right? So let us first see the first theme. So the first theme says like that: psychology, like other sciences, attempts to develop principles of behavior and mental processes. So likewise, from in science we have formulas to solve problem. In maths we have formulas to solve problem. Likewise, in psychology there are principles which are developed, and these principles can be used, or these theories can be used to know, to predict behavior and also to know mental processes. Likewise, in development psychology can be used to see how human development takes place, how at certain stage or at certain ages people behave, or students behave, or children behaves. Okay, so even social psychology can be used in knowing the behavior of the people in a social setting or in a social context. All right, so next we have theme 2: human behavior is the attribute of persons and environment. So here it is saying that whatever behavior we show is because of the person and the interaction of that person with his or her environment, right? See, we live in an environment, we can view an environment as negative, positive or neutral. Okay, so basis upon how we evaluate our environment, how we see our environment, our behavior will actually depend, right? See, various people different, there are differences in individuals behavior, that is known as differential psychology, which says that the human behavior is different in different contexts. So likewise, so the product or the human behavior is the attribute, it is the cause of the interaction between a person and his environment. So if you are getting a very good and very appreciable environment, your performance will rise. If you in school, if you are getting praises from teachers, your performance in exam will be very good. Likewise, human behavior is also the attribute, is also the product of person and the environment he is living in. So third, we have human behavior is cause. So each and every behavior has a reason. So in psychology, if you know the reason or the cause of the behavior, it is easier for that psychologist or any other counselor to find the culprit or find the solution on the problem, right? So likewise, to study any behavior or to go for any research and application, it is very important to know the cause of the human behavior, why person gets sad, why they suffer from depression, why people show such kind of erratic or some kind of different and extreme behavior. So these are the important things which are kept to be in mind before studying human behavior. The causes are very important. Something is happening with that person, that is why he is giving a particular response. So this is very important. Okay, so number 4, we have understanding of human behavior is culturally constructed. It means that we are born and brought up in a culture. So if a psychologist will try to know a person's culture, from where he or she has come from, then it will become easier for the psychologist to understand the human behavior. Our behavior is molded by the culture we are born and brought up in, right? You are from different culture, I am from different culture maybe. So our cultures are different. The western culture is different, the eastern culture is different. If you see the examples of the students in western societies, their outlook, their viewpoint are quite different from how we give or how we look the world around, right? We are in a collectivistic culture where like getting advices from elders or parents are utmost important things in life. But maybe in western culture they are more individualistic and they focus on the individual concerns rather than going for and taking advices from the elders, right? So certain things are being important to know human behavior. That is, our culture is an important thing which molds and shapes our behavior. Okay, and last we have theme 5, which talks about human behavior can be controlled and modified through replications of psychological principles. So the main reasons of studying psychology is to improve the life of a human, right? So many people may suffer from problems like tackling in an environment or any psychological disorders. So with the help of various psychological principles, we can modify his behavior or her behavior. And sometimes it also happens in schools mostly. The ADHD students are found, students who are having a lot of attention and deficit problem, attention and restlessness. They are having problem of inattention, then restlessness, impulsivity. So with the help of developmental psychology or any other psychological principles, we can solve the problem, we can actually ease the problem of the ADHD students. Okay, so this is how the application of psychological principles can be used in modifying and controlling a human behavior. It can be a student, it can be a adult, it can be a person with having old age or in a old stage period. So certain things can be used, this particular theme can be used in modifying and controlling human behavior with psychological principles. Okay, and at last we have the topic of applied versus basic psychology. So here we will come to know the difference between basic and applied psychology. Although there is no much difference, there is no much difference in basic and applied psychology, but you cannot see much difference in them, but then there are certain things which are kept to be in mind. Okay, so the basic psychology provides theories and principles that form the basis of application of psychology. So when we are reading this book, right, so this book is a kind of basic psychology from where we can learn theories and principles, right, and that will form the basis. Or if any researches are done, any experiments are conducted, so those experiments, whatever the principles we will get and whatever the things we will we'll do it research, that research is known as basic psychology, right. Then basic psychologists, they work in basic areas like teaching, like us, then research, learning, memory, human development, personality, etc. So these are the basic areas of psychology which are being studied by the basic psychologist. And next we have applied psychology. So applied psychology provides different contexts where theories and principles can be meaningfully applied. For example, you came to know that psychological disorders can be solved by using following therapies. So you learned about therapies. Now it is the time to apply those therapies with patients. So the people who will apply this theory or the principles with patients are known as applied psychologists. Like the clinical treatment, in clinical treatment they will try to use therapies which are available in book, and they will try to use in a practical form. Then personal marital status counselors, industrial or educational psychologists or health psychologists, they will try to use the theories and principles which they have studied in their course in psychology. They'll try to implement those things in their basic or practical field, right. So this is all about basic and applied psychology. So today we have learned about the themes and basic and applied psychology. So today we are going to write about the notes regarding the themes and also about basic and applied psychology. All right, so thank you, have a nice day, and God bless you. And if you're having any doubt, please call me in the evening, I'll be available. Okay, thank you, bye.